Hi everyone. So, do you remember back in 2015, the fanatic, idiotic Islamic State, ISIS, they destroyed the temples of Baal in Syria. So, I just wanted to show you those articles, and I just want to say that this is what I mean when I say fanatics. So I'm going to read briefly from this article and from some more articles. So historians and archaeologists have expressed anger and growing despair after Islamic State released propaganda images perpetrating to show militants blowing up the 2,000-year-old temple of Baal Shamaim in the historic Syrian city of Palmyra. The images posted on social media on Tuesday by supporters of the group and reported by Associated Press showed the temple reduced to a pile of rocks. One caption read, "The complete destruction of the pagan Baal Shamaim temple." So of course you can read all the article. I'm not going to read it for you because this is annoying if someone is reading articles. But I also wanted to highlight that the regime's withdrawal left Palmyra entirely in the militants' control, but ISIS pledged to destroy only what it deemed idolatrous. ISIS considers grave markers and statues symbols of paganism that ought to be destroyed, according to its puritanical version of Islam. Ancient ruins are far from its only targets. The militants murdered Khalid al-Assad, 82, the keeper of Palmyra. So as you can see, they destroyed the temple of Baal Shamaim and also the temple of Baal. The temple of Baal Shamaim was built in the 1st century AD, a house of worship dedicated to the Phoenician god of storms and the sky, who evolved into a major deity worship during the time of Queen Zenobia. The columns carried Greek and Palmyrian inscriptions, and it once contained statues of the rich and wealthy patrons of the city. Here you can see the destruction of Baal Shamaim. They posted some photos. 5 photos were distributed on social media showing explosives being carried inside and planted around the walls of the temple, followed by a large blast and then rubble. So you can see those fanatic idiots putting explosives and destroying basically the temple of Baal, which is a huge historical place that belongs to all human beings. This is World Heritage. As you can see in the photos, what they done, and they are proud of it. So this is your Abrahamic religion that you are loving so much and writing to me comments about how your religion is awesome and how Islam is also awesome. So I also want to pay your attention to another site that was destroyed. Turkish forces nearly destroy the ancient Syrian temple of Ain Dara. The devastating attack on the Iron Age complex is being compared to ISIS' destruction of the temple of Baal in Palmyra. The ancient Syrian site of Ain Dara was hit by devastating air raids carried out by Turkish forces on Friday. The attacks, aimed at the Kurdish-held city of Afrin in northern Syria, have partially destroyed the 3,000-year-old Neo-Hittite temple complex built by the Arameans between the 10th and 8th centuries BC. The Syrian Observatory for Human Rights posted photos of the destruction, which was confirmed by the Syrian Arab Republic Ministry of Culture on Facebook. Since the start of the civil war in 2011, Syria has lost many of its ancient sites, with significant damage at the UNESCO World Heritage Sites of Palmyra and the old city of Aleppo, largely at the hands of ISIS. So you can see the pictures from this place. Here is a picture taken on January 2018, shows destruction at the ancient temple of Endara, and it was damaged in Turkish airstrikes. So in this site, there were beautiful carvings of lions, and this temple was to Astarte and Baal. So from another article, they say that the temple, one of the largest and most extensively ancient excavated structures in Syria, is famous for its intricate stone. I don't know how to say this word. Intricate stone sculptures of lions and sphinx, and for its similarities to Solomon's temple, the first Jewish temple in Jerusalem, said to have held the Ark of the Covenant. Okay, come on. As we know, the Jewish temple is built by the influence and the inspiration that they took from other people around them. A Turkish airstrike destroyed much of the temple on Friday, confirmed that more than half of the temple is gone, including many of the sculptures that ringed the site. It's a blow to the psyche of Syrians and to international observers watching this. The temple at Ain Dara was built more than 3,000 years ago, a time just before Bronze Age kingdoms began to collapse in the Eastern Mediterranean. The temple is an important piece of religious architecture that documents the end of the Hittite kingdom, a powerful entity that came out of what is modern-day Turkey, in one of the most important battles of ancient history. Ramses II fought the Hittites in the Battle of Kadesh, a conflict that ended with the signing of the world's first treaty. So as you can see, this picture is from 2018, shows the destruction. The builders of Ain Dara lined it inside and out with elaborate decorations. Most strikingly, a series of enormous footprints were carved into stone thresholds leading into the temple. 3 times longer than a human foot, archaeologists speculate that the footprints may have represented the passage of a god or a goddess. These are unique in the religious architecture of the region. Another carving inside the temple depicts the fertility goddess Ishtar, leading some to believe the temple was built in her honor, and that the footprints are meant to depict her entry into the temple. Some researchers believe, however, that the image of the goddess may have been added by the conquering Assyrians centuries after the temple was built, leaving the meaning of the footprints an intriguing mystery. The temple's decoration and architecture bear similarities to the Temple of Solomon, described in the Bible Book of Kings as the first Jewish temple built in Jerusalem on the Temple Mount. Because archaeological remains of Solomon's temple have not been found, the few remaining temples of that region and time period are invaluable for understanding what the temple might have looked like. Well, we definitely know that the temple of the Jewish people were inspired by the temple of Baal. It's not something new. So, since Syria's civil war broke out in 2011, Islamic State fighters have deliberately destroyed a number of archaeological sites in the country, including the UNESCO World Heritage Site of Palmyra. So, guys, this is fanaticism, this is Islam, this is fanatic, Abrahamic religious people. This is what they're doing to world cultural sites. And why I wanted to show this to you is because I think it's very weird that specifically the temples of Baal and Astarte are the target. It seems like it happened, on purpose. I also read in an article regarding this that they stole a lot of artifacts and sold them in the black market. But you have to understand who are the buyers. So I think there is a lot of something going on here that is not understood to us. Maybe there are some extremely rich people in the world that wanted to have some artifacts, because that was an operation to steal some artifacts, because some of the artifacts were sold in the black market. So who are the buyers? Why those beautiful world history temples that belong to all human beings are destroyed by Abrahamic religious fanatics, and also some artifacts sold to some greedy people? So let me know what are your thoughts in the comment section. I think this is horrendous. I think it's not something that we can forget, or to say that it's not serious, or to not pay attention to that. The majority of the world is operating through Abrahamic religion, and also those articles were like sometimes in favor of the Abrahamic religion. Some of the articles really wanted to portray the pagan god Baal as someone who did not have worshippers for so many times. I read a lot of articles regarding this topic. They're really afraid of paganism. They're really afraid of the ancient gods. But it does not matter to the ancient gods, because they were here, they're still here, and even if they will eliminate all the temples, it's not going to help them, because people are not so dumb today. People are searching for their roots, people wanting to go back to their old original gods. And this is why I say that religious freedom is important. Don't think that those things are not serious. Every religion, every god, every entity deserves respect. Whether you believe in that temple or in that deity or not, every deity and every ancient god deserve respect and honor, and especially when we are talking about an ancient temple. This is an ancient site that had a lot of power. People used to channel, used to sacrifice, used to venerate those deities in those specific places. Those places are holy. Those places have a significant meaning, because they are channeling the human being with the divine. Paganism is serious. It's a very interesting topic. It's a very interesting mystery. And if you do not like paganism, it's okay. But when you understand it, it's beautiful and it is powerful. So no matter how those idiots will try to destroy ancient temples, it's not going to work for them.